Hey, what's up, beautiful Bellcast listeners? Welcome to another episode. I am Gio.
And I'm Bart. And you know how like when you get older, you start looking back and you're like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I wouldn't have done this. And there's always like, in retrospect, they say like, in retrospect, everything's 2020.
Yeah.
People have regrets that they wish they would have fixed or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you the opposite. And if you could repeat any year that you've had, which year would you repeat and tell me why?
Shit, do you know that answer for yourself?
I was thinking about that, and I think I do.
What is it?
So on JK News, I've talked about many times where I wished I went to jail, because I feel like that's one of the parts.
I wasn't expecting that, but then now that I hear it, I shouldn't expect anything normal.
Why?
So I should have expected that answer.
What did you expect me to say?
I don't know. I just expected you to be a decent human being.
I am decent. That's why I wanted to go to jail as a minor.
Okay.
As a minor, okay?
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Get the facts straight.
My bad, dude.
It's really inappropriate that you just assume things. I said minor as a jail, minor.
Okay.
So
minor.
not as a coal miner, but as a minor.
Okay.
So I always talk about how I wish I went to jail. Obviously not on purpose. I'm not going to go on the street and fucking like whack someone over the head with a tennis racket or something, right? And then go to jail. Like, oh, take me in. Like, that's stupid. But when I was like between 14 and 16, I was wilding like crazy. I was just doing crazy stuff, barely going
What kind of
home.
wilding? Like illegal wilding or like
You name
busting all sorts of nuts wilding?
You name it. All of the above.
Really?
Yeah, like Lord of the Flies, but in like the Asian Compton, you know?
Okay.
So like, because I grew up in the San Gabriel Valley during that time, and that's like Boys in the Hood, but in the 626. And that's how I even got into lifting. Like a lot of people always ask me, how did you get into lifting? And I think people are expecting a response like, I want to really take advantage of my health. You know, you only have this one body, this one meat vessel that you have to take care of it. I'm like, no, dude. Like I used to hang out with my homies and their older brothers who just came out of jail. The thing to do was smoke cigarettes and lift weights.
That's so funny.
So,
they're like so opposite.
I know, it's like complete opposite of health and wellness and fitness.
Yeah.
And it was more about, okay, cool. Like, you know, because we're going to throw down. It's going to happen at least a couple times a week. We might as well get jacked. So
yeah.
we
And
can,
you look intimidating.
And you look intimidating.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun where you get to like, you kind of, you know, when you're 15, 14, 16, whatever. I don't know why I said in out of order, but you have like a lot of
I know why.
Why?
It's you.
Oh. You have like this extra testosterone, right? So it's better, I guess, to like express
Bust
it in that
nuts
way.
in the gym.
In the gym, yeah, like we're lifting and we clown on each other. Oh, you only hit 135. I hit 140. You know, and you're kind of like wild with the cigarette in your mouth. And,
oh my god!
And busting like trance in the garage.
Someone's like tattooing someone else in the back. Like,
honestly, it was like that. So
another guy comes and he's trying to sell you some hats or like some shoes that they just stole off a truck or some shit.
Or the actual reality was me helping the older homies like find different ways to stuff like E and weed into rental cars and stuff. But that's besides the point. So I lived a wild life during that time. And I think my marker, although I probably would have done, probably did do a lot of things that would have landed me in incarceration. I think I drew that line there. Like I always like, I saw where the line was and I'm like, ooh, that seems like the chances are in like the house's favor, you know, like I don't want to have the casino win. And so I'm like, I'm gonna stay on this side and play it safe. Whereas like, I think to have the full experience, I probably should just wow out a little more.
Full experience of what?
Of being a kid, you know, of just experiencing
no, that's not being a kid,
all spectrums of the law.
That's not being a kid.
I've only experienced one side of the law. I never experienced the other side of the law. And so I think like, since you only do have one life to live, don't you want to live like all of it?
All the positives, yeah.
I mean, positive. I mean, but what's positive? What's negative? What's what? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all perspective.
Everything's
but like,
subjective, in my opinion.
I felt like I grew up in prison. I mean, obviously not really, but like just not having any type of freedom.
Yeah.
Where you had the ultimate freedom. So I think you wanted to get a little bit of that taken off your plate. Whereas for me, I just wanted a little taste.
I got that taste though, but I grew up even more extreme control than you. And then I think finally, like, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start sneaking out the window, fuck you. And I started like just going crazy, not coming home for weeks at a time. And so I just really broke free. And I still had my own moral compass. I mean, I don't want to do anything that was gonna land me in jail where I had to like hurt someone innocently.
Yeah.
But if I could have got there some way that fit me morally, because, you know, like moral ethics and legal ethics are like, that's not always the same. I would love to have done that, I guess, when I was 15 and 16. And so extend that year and really push the boundaries of Wild 'N Out.
But what do you think? Okay, so what do you think it was going to be like? Do you think it was going to be like a show on HBO where it's like now you're like in an orange jumpsuit or like a fucking striped jumpsuit, and now you're going to be like the guards are going to come and they're fucking going to harass you, and then you're going to be taking shower? Like, you thought it was going to be like that? Because I don't think the experience would have been like that either.
I don't want to assume a fantasy.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume any of that stuff. Because
why did you call it a fantasy?
I don't know. You're just naming things. So like I've been in the military, right? And I watch military movies, and it's really hard to capture what's going on in the military in a movie format, in a 1 hour format. So they do their best. And so I assume that penitentiary living is a little bit way different than what they show in the movies and the TV shows. But me as a person that likes to really live life to the fullest, spitting rhymes and bullets, I want to be able to, I wished I could have done that back then, because at least on my moral compass, if I did something that didn't hurt anyone innocently, that didn't hurt anyone, and it was more of an innocent crime, then I would have lived a little bit fuller, you know?
I know, but I get
and it's
that.
more age appropriate versus now I got kids. I can't be I got a kid. I can't just be like, well, I innocently got myself in jail so I can fulfill that chapter of my life. I think during certain ages, you got to do certain things. And
you don't gotta go to jail.
You don't have to go to jail. I'm talking about me personally. I'm talking about me personally at 15 or 16. That's what I wished, hypothetically speaking,
I get
that I would have done.
What I'm asking is, what did you think it was going to be like? Like, what about it? Or are you just like collecting experiences and just the title of it being like, oh yeah, I went to jail. Like, just that title, regardless of what the experience was, is what you wanted.
I can't believe you don't even know me yet. So if you know me,
I don't know you. You always surprise me on a daily.
If you know me, then you know that I'm a quilt maker, right? In life, I go, oh, there's a piece, cut it out, attach it to my quilt.
You have some really good analogies.
I go, what's that? Oh, it's another piece of quilt. And then I'm looking back and I'm looking at my quilt. And then during the 15, 16, I could have added a couple more squares. I don't know what's going to be in those squares. Is it going to be that rusty smell in my cell that I smell all the time? Or is it going to be, I made a new best friend and he's the one flushing me a cell phone from his toilet down to my toilet, and I stick it into the toilet, pull it out, and go, oh, hey, what's up,
I don't
homie?
think that's juvie though, dude.
Who knows? Or maybe it's not. Or maybe we're all in white undershirts in a giant hallway with a bunch of bunk beds. I don't know. And maybe The Rock comes and tries to turn my life around and gives me a motivational speech. Maybe give Samuel L. Jackson a high five on the way out.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? But I'm just saying that in my quilt of life, there's a couple of squares that I felt like could have added and then could have added to my overall experience. But we also don't know, because I could have gone down the deep end and really been fucked up. But that's when I was thinking about it, I'm like, out of all the years, I always feel like everything happened the way it should have happened,
right,
to help build me up to the way I am now.
Of course.
But if I could repeat one of those
without
years,
it affecting anything, right? And you still end up here.
Yeah. Like kind of like when you watch like a,
or does it affect something?
No. Look, kind of like when you watch like a Avengers movie, right? There's so many chapters that happen when you're like fast forwarding. Some of the chapters you might really like, you could probably just replay it that one extra time and it's not going to affect the movie.
What chapter do I like then? So for you, it's your juvenile delinquent days.
I don't think in that specific time period, I don't think I pushed it enough, because I thought the other side of the cliff was too treacherous. But now looking back, I don't think it was as crazy as I thought.
I got you. No, I got you. Maybe it's not even as crazy as you think now.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like now?
Oh, yeah.
Like looking back in another...
Like I should go to jail right now.
I mean, not specifically jail, but anything where you're just like, oh, yeah, that cliff on the other side for sure has to be a straight down fall and I'm going to die. Maybe it's not.
I don't think anything is. Now that I'm this age, I really I look at so many people that have fucked their lives up so bad, and then they're way more successful than me.
Really?
And I'm like, dude, every single obstacle that we have, it's really constructed from our own insecurities.
Yeah.
You know?
sure.
Like even when it comes to like investment, right? Like I think out of my group of friends, I might be more on the conservative end because I'm like scared. I don't want to lose everything that we earn. I don't want to have to like downsize or start all over or whatever. But how many people have you heard that like Elon, he's like bankrupt, balling, bankrupt, balling, but to get them to where they are. Like there's so many entrepreneurs that way. So it's like, why am I so scared of bankrupting the family? You know?
Yeah, because I don't want to be bankrupt and I'll fuck your ass up.
Yeah, do I lack the, maybe that's the way we go to jail together. But I'm like, does that?
Wait, I don't want that. Don't make it sound like I wanted to go to jail.
But like maybe, I don't know. Yeah, there's just all these imaginary obstacles that we all think are these imaginary consequences. But I think humans are very resilient and we can adapt and we can figure shit out.
Absolutely.
So like, yeah, that's me.
But now it's just a matter if you want to put in that fucking, the work to get out of a negative or from a positive, it'd be even more positive-er.
I mean, that's true too. It's like you climb a mountain and then, you can go back down to climb another peak, or you're at this current peak and you can be like, yo, helicopter, pick me up.
Or you can be like, I'm gonna build a fucking kingdom here. And now it's the shit.
True.
Okay, so for me, what age would I go? Oh my God. Because you're asking someone that never lives in the past. So I don't really think about that.
That's great exercise then.
I know. Once I've like taken away what I need to from that moment in time, I move on, you know?
Might be your weakness that you never live in the past at all.
Maybe.
Yep.
That's a good point.
I think it is.
So then it's a period in my life that I really like that I want to go back to.
Let's think like half decades at a time. 1 through 5. Anything stand out to you?
I don't remember.
5 to 10. 6 to 10. Anything stand out to you?
5, 6 to 10. 10, 5th grade.
1st to 5th grade. Anything stand out to you that you're like, oh, I could have done that over again. That would have been tight.
Okay, so 6 to 10, I think I would have gotten into more trouble. Like in 2nd grade is
at
when
that young.
Yeah. In 2nd grade, and not to like piggyback off your shit at all, but it just seemed like the kids that were getting the attention, maybe this is a middle child type of thing. And that seemed like they were having fun were the kids that were getting in trouble. So, and not like in bad trouble, they were just like having a good time that just didn't align with the teacher.
So when the kids were having trouble in class, were you the type that like secretly like on recess, I want to play with them? Or you're like,
oh no,
such
for
a
sure.
disturbance.
No, for sure. I was like, man, they're doing that shit right. Or, oh man, they got out of class.
Oh, we would have been good friends.
But that's like 6 to 10.
Yeah.
I changed after that.
Oh man, but we would have been good friends for 5 years.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Like I liked the little, maybe I was part of that group too.
You probably would have made the bushes rustle, you know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Why not?
Because I had a lot of boyfriends.
No, we're playing hide and seek.
Yeah, no, there's spiders in the bushes. I wouldn't have done that.
Okay, fine.
So yeah, I wish I would have gotten in more trouble. I remember 2nd grade specifically. I really liked that class, and like there were kids that got in trouble, and I'm like, man, that's smart. Okay, so then what's the other one? 11 to what?
So 6 or 10, 11 to 15. That's when like puberty hits big.
Oh man, I would have had a lot more fun. I think my sophomore year in high school was my favorite.
Your sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? 15 or 16 or 17 or 14?
I
don't know 14. How smart or hard dumb you were.
Well, I graduated 17. And that had nothing to do with
17,
my smarts.
16, 15. So you're 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, 14 going on 15. Yeah, and I liked it. It was just a lot of fun. I think I should have.
What did you like about it?
And, so it's hard for me to answer these questions because I don't know how to be selfish like that, right? Like I was already selfish at that point, and I was trying to do a lot of my own shit, but I was also very like careful to not bring my mom more stress because her and my dad, like my dad would always go in on my mom.
What
like,
did you think that? So what did you want to do?
Just get out more, do more shit.
And what's more shit to you?
Like just kind of stick to my guns a little bit more and tell my parents like fuck off and like sneak out and like.
But what would you have
which
done?
Is all the bad shit.
Sneak out and what? Watch movies. Sneak out and go like drag racing. Like
all
what?
of that. Because you know, like when you're 15, you like have the older homies that aren't too old, so they're still not responsible, but they have enough resources, like whether that's a car or gas money or just already working a part-time job that they have money. So they have those resources.
Yeah.
Where like they can pick you up, you can hang out, you can do the drag races, you can go to movies, you can like do kickbacks, you can just, I don't know, smoke weed or whatever.
So you just wanted to be more like reckless.
A little bit more. Yeah. A little bit more because it's like now there's just too many consequences.
What's the craziest thing as a sophomore that you did?
Nothing. The
At
craziest
all?
thing.
You didn't even forge a letter, like a signature or something?
No, maybe ditch class, like not go to school. That was probably this crazy
Did you
shit.
drink?
Like a little bit, never to get like drunk.
You smoke weed?
Yeah, I did that.
At home by yourself?
No, with friends.
Or like at the back of the bleachers type of thing at school?
Yeah, shit like that. But like barely. Like
Why don't you take a bigger hit and like have your friend carry you around somewhere?
Well, because I didn't want to inconvenience anyone like that.
You're so considerate.
I know, fucking annoying.
Really?
I was always the friend taking care of the other friends.
That means you needed to be in a group that was way more gangster.
Maybe.
Because in that way, you would have been like, no,
Okay.
you ain't going to jail. I'm going to go to jail for you. I'm considerate.
Yeah, maybe I'm a pussy compared to you. Maybe that's why I didn't do it. But I did have a lot of fun in my sophomore year. Like that was like the year that I realized I wasn't a baby and I was getting older,
Yeah.
but not like too old. So it was like that perfect age where I'm like, let's fuck shit up. And I knew I had like 2 years to clean some shit up.
Yeah.
So that was probably the
Sophomore year was my fork in the road too.
Really?
That was when I chose like, do I want to be a gangster or a raver? Those were my options.
And a raver is how different than a gangster? They're not doing illegal shit.
Way different because I think like gangster, like at least the crew that I was with, like you're trying to sell drugs to make money, build your territory, bang on other fools and shit like that. And as a raver, you're selling the same pharmaceuticals, but the why is different.
What's the why? Plur?
Yes, it's to like spread the love, the peace, have everyone
love,
be
unity, respect.
yeah, and have everyone have a good time. You know, relate to people, have empathy. You know that like building bridges. And so
You know when you're burning him, so you're
exactly.
building.
Yeah. Tupac was alive now. Burn the bridges to build the bridges. Yeah, that was the fork in my road because I would say sophomore year or my first year in junior year. That's 15, 16 for me. I got kicked out of school. Went to another school, and up until then, like I got kicked out of a bunch of elementary schools, got suspended a bunch, but nothing hits the same when you get kicked out of a high school. For some reason, like it just felt
your quilt has a lot of squares at this point.
different colors, lots of mascots on there, lots of school mascots, school pride. It's crazy because I don't know, it feels like, you know, when you get closer and closer, like you always hear when you become an adult, shit's permanent record or felon. Like you hear those things, right?
Sure it is.
So as you get older, as you keep fucking up, you start feeling you're getting closer and closer to that end where it's gonna matter a lot. And so by the time I was in junior high, I've already been to, like, if you fuck up a lot at your school, it's more than just your school's disciplinary system. You start having to go to your district and you have to go to district meetings. And that's why you have like the superintendent and all those people, like those people are overseeing the stuff that you're doing, right? So by that time, I've already been to my school districts. Most people don't even know where the district office is. I've already been to my
I knew that because my mom worked at a school.
Yeah, so I went to my school district office many times already. So my sophomore year, when I get kicked out, the hearing isn't at your high school. Because when they go
There's
there.
a hearing?
Yeah, because all the principals are there. So whatever a school that your principal that kicks you out, another principal has to accept you. You know what I mean? So it takes like a lot. So now being this old, I'm like, fuck, I wasted a lot of school resources on my fucking dumbass not being considerate. But when you're looking at
right now you want to go back and do more illegal
I
shit.
said hypothetically, spitting rhymes and bullets. And then, but when you're a kid and you're looking through a straw, you don't see like all the, you know, extra work you're making everyone else do and taking away from their schools. So when I was there and you're at like all these other high schools and you're like, oh shit, damn, this is fucking for reals. You know, there's a lot of principals here. And
There's a lot of suits.
And at that time, Asian gangs were such a crazy thing. They can't just put you in another school.
Right.
It's like before
be
jail.
A rival.
Yeah, it's like before jail. It's almost like precursor to jail because you could get killed.
Did they ask you if you were in a gang?
Yeah, they'll ask. They know those things. They
And
have
then
those they have those documentation. Like they'll know, okay, this school is predominantly, we have a lot of these guys. We have a lot, like at this time, like late 90s, early 2000s, there's cops on campus all the time, you know, just because shit was going off all the time. So they're very aware which schools have which gangs. This kid can't go to that school. That's going to be no good. This fool's either going to die or something else is going to erupt or whatever. And then so finally, they paired me up with the school, and that school wasn't like the best school, and it was across town. And I ended up going to just out of the district to where my cousin was going. That's when I ended up moving to the 626. All of that was happening in the 562. But when I came to the 626,
What the fuck is a 562?
Long Beach, Cerritos,
Okay.
Parts of Orange County. So when I moved to the 626 in San Gabriel Valley, that's when
Wasn't it the 818 before?
back then, yeah. So I moved to San Gabriel Valley. That's when I saw like real thugs. You know, I thought I was a thug, being hard and shit. Being
Not
like,
from Cerritos.
being from like fucking middle class and shit, you know? It like being able to live in a single family home versus coming over here. And then I talked to fools and they've been blasting people since they were 10, been selling drugs since they were 10 because their parents are nowhere to be found. They've stayed strapped because if they don't, then every time they come home from school, the rival gang will either shoot them up, beat them up or whatever. And they've been like that since they were like 10. People losing their virginities when they're 11 or 12 because they've already been running the block, the running streets. It's just the maturity was way crazy. And I'm like, oh, fuck. This is some real gangster shit. And I'm like, I don't know if that's for me. I'm like, I'm going to go over there and be a raver and unite and build bridges. And that was a fork that I had to take.
Dang, you pussed out.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have hung. You wouldn't have not been able to hang in fucking jail, dude.
I always rise to the occasion, though.
Don't test me. I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
No, I always rise to the occasion.
Damn. Okay, so that's where you would have wanted to go back in that point to experience jail time. Fucking weird.
I think
dude.
that year of that fork,
Yeah.
I was kind of riding it a little bit. Probably a year of that fork.
Yeah.
Just to really figure it out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 15. So now 16 to 20. 20 is what? 18, 19, 20 was at what?
20 is like your sophomore in college now.
Yeah, 20. I think I would have moved out sooner. Yeah,
When,
I think
18 or?
like maybe out of high school or like where maybe like a year or two after. I think I probably did that. Or maybe I would have.
What was holding you back from it? Just the whole. Like,
just the scared. I was scared. Like I never left my house. I just was under my parents' rule and under their thumb. And I thought that like.
You never had like this, you know what? Fuck it. Tomorrow after school, I'm not coming home for like 2 weeks.
No, I didn't know where to go. All my friends' parents were pretty responsible. I didn't have shitty parents around me. Everyone knew my mom and my mom knew everyone and they talked and
Oh, shit.
yeah, it wasn't like my mom she knew who I was always with. My parents did a great job.
That's what's really cool about the underground network. In the underground network, because it's a bunch of hooligans, you start to know people from outside of your school district.
Nah, I'm good.
Like we were hanging out with fools from Pomona, from El Monte, from like all the way down to San Diego.
Like I wasn't that cute in high school. You know what I mean? Like I definitely am starting to peak. I think so.
Have you peaked yet? Or
no, I think I'm about to peak, but
that's what it looks like to you?
yeah.
Okay.
You think it came sooner?
That's good.
Yeah, but just being a girl, I was scared. I didn't want to like not know I didn't trust anybody, dude. Yeah, so.
You just carry around a knife or something?
No, I just knew where to stay away from. Like, I just knew that like, okay, that sounds dangerous. I'm not going to do that. Like, I kind of saw where the lines were all over and I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm not going to step on those.
You never seen danger everywhere though?
No. I'm telling you, my parents did a really good job.
Because there's fucking like Stanford prep boys that grope chicks and stuff. Like danger's everywhere. Doesn't matter. Like there's no
I'm not saying
certain group or certain
there
area.
is. There's a type of person.
Like even Wolf on Wall Street, those fools are like white collar baller.
I know, but
and
that's still the
doing
type of
crazy
person.
shit.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I was able as a kid or like in that as a teenager, I was able to see that personality regardless of like the social economic status that they had, you know? Like Wolf on Wall Street, I'd be like, oh shit, okay, so they're gonna work and after work, they're gonna go get drinks and get fucked up. And then I'm gonna hear the stories of them like barely making it to work or like having to be stuck to an IV for like 2 hours so that they look like they're normal and then like popping fucking more, I don't know, cocaine or whatever so that they look like they're cool. I'd be like, that's not my people.
I'm doing it. You just sold me.
But I'm just saying, like,
That didn't sell you?
I would
You didn't sell yourself when you would see that?
I would see patterns of that.
You'd be like, fuck, an IV can rejuvenate you in 2 hours? That's
No.
so sick.
No, never. I don't think I'm a daredevil or whatever.
What?
Or I'm not dumb.
Which life advertisements did you succumb to then? Like, oh shit, after school at 3, better make it home at 3:30 because it's so fun.
I don't know, man. I like the fucking sleepovers and like the makeovers and like that girl shit. You know, like I'm a really innocent. Well, not the mean girls because they were mean. They were bitches and they were like not cool. But I was like a decent kid.
Which movie would be your ideal high school then?
Which movie would be my?
Because you sound wholesome and you like.
I am like, fucking wholesome.
Like good old fun. Yeah. So like, what movie would be like? Man, if all 4 years were like this.
Oh man, I gotta think.
Like
back
Pitch Perfect
in my movie bank. That's a little too flowery for me.
What? Harmonies?
That's a little too flowery, but yeah, that's kind of like moving more in that direction. Yeah. Like I like maybe Fast Times in Richmond High type of shit.
Which one's
but minus the abortion stuff.
Which one's the one where this guy faked being sick?
Ferris Bueller. That type of shit is me.
But
I love that.
But that's crazy. That fool took his dad, not even his dad's car.
But he didn't really hurt anyone.
His
best friend's dad's car. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it didn't hurt anyone because of the way they shot it.
I probably wouldn't have done that.
But if that was a police report,
I'm definitely the best friend.
A minor, a juvenile.
Yeah.
Stealing the parent's vehicle.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Drag racing,
they'd
going
be stealing
above
my parents'
100 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, I would probably do that. But I wouldn't take my parents, or I wouldn't take my friend's parents' car. Like that guy would probably be taking my parents' car.
Impersonating the girlfriend's father.
That's pretty cool.
That's some thug ass behavior.
No, not at all.
Some gangster ass shit.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No,
it's just the way
they
made it all cute looking, but I've never impersonated to be my friend's like
because you
brother
you were probably scrawny, dude.
So are my parents' parents. I mean, my friend's parents.
True. Well, I mean, you just weren't clever enough. But yes, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, definitely my shit.
So you wanted a gangster ass life.
Stupid.
You want the principal to come to your house
day that they
and
ditched.
Your fucking Rottweiler is biting his ass?
Yeah, because the fucking principal's a dick. Yes, that's my life. Thank you. Or Pretty in Pink. Like, I think I'm an 80s
What's
fucking
Pretty
movie.
in Pink?
Or like 16 Candles. These are all 80s movies.
I didn't watch none of those.
I know. You were lame. Or maybe I'm the lame one. But yeah, that's my shit. All of those. I'm like a very innocent person, believe it or not. I mean, you believe it.
You like movies that are gangster as fuck.
But it's not gangster at all.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah.
This fool fucking Grand Theft Auto'd his fucking homie's parents' car.
I guess so.
And impersonated?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. I'm telling you, that was going to be my best friend. And then he was going to take my parents' car.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't do shit like that. Like I felt like I could see the fucking repercussions before I even did anything. And I was like, nah, not worth it.
So
I was a stoner too. Like I just wanted to kick it and chill out and just good vibes all the time. So my whole life, all I want is good vibes.
If you want your friend to steal your parents' car.
No, I don't want them to. But I'm saying I'm such a down homie that it'd be like, nah, come on, dude, don't do that. And then somehow I get coerced into doing it. And I'm like, all right, well, fuck him. You know, he is a fucking dick and he doesn't love me. Yeah, I got to teach him a lesson so he can pay attention to me. There was still a moral.
Damn, you want some gangster shit.
No, I don't.
I don't even know if I can live in high school like that.
That's the life I wanted.
I never stole my friends' parents' cars or nothing.
I didn't give a fuck about fucking. I didn't give a fuck about a lot of shit. You know, like that's why I would always get pissed at my parents when they were like, you want to go and do some hoodlum ass shit. And I'm like, no, I just want to go drink some fucking boba.
I know.
Drink some boba and watch a movie. Like, I'm such a good kid. Like, parents, you did a great job. Like,
what do you
trust
think
yourself.
made them not trust you so much?
Maybe their own past. Maybe what they saw around them. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe they were way worse than me. And I'm a fucking geek.
Do you think this would have worked? Because I'm logical as fuck, right?
No, it wouldn't have because they're super emotional. But go.
Oh, like I'm putting Taika in your shoes, right? And like, let's say he's talking to me and I can sense that I just don't get what the fuck he wants, right? And he's getting frustrated. Trust me, I'm not going to do this, Dad. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And in my mind, of course, I grew up in the SGV, so I'm thinking the craziest shit. Taika's trying to go to jail. He heard that fucking podcast. He wants to spend 2 years as a 16-year-old. Like I have all my insecurities get the best of me, right? But me being that I'm logical and I also always want to support Taika, I think what I would do would be this. I'm like, all right. Because I don't understand what the fuck you're saying, Taika. How about we make a deal? After school, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to drive behind you 3-4 blocks away. And I know it's going to feel weird the first time, but you go do what you want to do with your friends. And I just want to watch you, or I could be with you. And I just want to go through what you think is your ideal day. And if it doesn't seem too crazy to me, you could even smoke a cigarette or two. I don't give a fuck. And I just want to see and get a feel of what you're trying to do because my assumptions are crazy.
No, they would never do that.
No, but if your parents did that to you,
they would never do that because you know what they're going to say?
But let's say they did. Would you have been like, sure, I'll show you?
Of course. If they operated with logic like that, of course. I think I even proposed that to them. I was even like, please, can you just be so that you can see? And they were like, well, you're just putting on an act. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like there's no winning because for them, it's like, yeah, of course you're going to be on your best behavior. You already know that I'm there.
They already made a decision.
Yeah.
In their mind. Yeah.
So then for me, I'm like, okay, then you're forcing me to lie. On that note, real quick, I'm going to introduce our sponsors. So I have a super cool gift to give anyone that you feel like has everything already. I'm talking about our sponsors, Skylight Frames. They are a digital frame company. And what's really, really dope and innovative about this company or this frame is that it doesn't matter where it is that you are, right? Let's say I give you this frame. You put it in your beautiful living room or right by your bed on your nightstand. And you see all these beautiful memories that you've had with me, with Taika, with, you know, your friends and stuff. And it's rotating, right? And out of nowhere, as you're enjoying these pictures and reliving these memories, you see a new one pop up because I sent it to your frame. And I think that is the most beautiful thing. I actually got this from my mom. I want to say about a year and a half ago. I gave it to her for Mother's Day. And my mom's not tech savvy at all. So the fact that she was able to set this up, it shows you how intuitive it is to set all this stuff up. On occasion, and I tried to do it as much as I remember to do this, I'll throw in a new picture in her frame and then she'll text me. And she'll text me a picture of it. And she's just like, oh my God, this is so cute. Or Taika has a haircut. Or, oh, Taika did that. Or, oh, thank you for making my day. And she absolutely loves it. So if you want to make someone smile, and this is only if you want to make them smile, okay? If you don't, cover your ears right now. But if you want to make them smile, make sure to go to skylightframe.com and enter code BEAW, B-E-A-W, to get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight frame. Okay. So you have to enter that code in order to get $10 off. It's skylightframe.com, enter code BEAW. It's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com, enter code BEAW. Okay. For everyone that didn't want to make anyone else happy, you can uncover your ears now. Alrighty, ladies, this next sponsor is for you, and I'm talking about Ana Luisa Jewelry. Ana Luisa was founded to bring clarity to the jewelry industry. They design pieces with a more beautiful story from beginning to end, starting with recycled materials whenever possible, transparent business practices always, and small batches that are kind to the earth. So with these limited batches, it ensures the highest production standards, all while eliminating excessive waste. So they offset 100% of the carbon emissions, starting with the sourcing of the raw materials all the way to the disposal of their pieces. They have exceptional quality through long-lasting pieces crafted with care from the best noble metals, and they offer 365-day warranty. I love their pieces because they are timeless. They are so trendy, so cute, so chic, and you can wear them every day. You can dress them up. You can dress them down. They're super affordable. They have jewelry starting, at $39. I have earrings from, this line. I have rings, bracelets, and, I'll wear it with sneakers, denim, and a tank top. Or if I'm going to go to a wedding or a nice dinner, I can wear the exact same pieces and they look phenomenal. So for everyone listening right now, specifically my ladies, or to the gentlemen that want to gift their ladies something sweet, analuisa.com/bell is going to get you 10% off. Okay. So go to analuisa.com/bell, go treat yourself or your loved ones and use the code BEAW, B-E-A-W, again to get 10% off. I absolutely recommend them. They are so cute, super chic, timeless, and it's just a great brand. Again, go to analuisa.com/bell and enter code BEAW. And we're back. No, I think I proposed all that to my parents, and And yeah, they were operating out of fear for sure. Or they were just, like I said, really bad kids. And they just knew all the bad shit.
Did you ever go, okay, on the flip side then, what's your ideal afternoon for me? Just so I can see what makes you 100% happy.
I already knew what it was.
What was it?
Come back home where they can see me. That's it.
What do you want me, from 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, what do you want me to do?
Nothing. They just want to see me.
So if you just sat there and watched TV for all 5 hours, they're cool with that.
Yep. Because they know where I'm at.
They don't even care for doing homework or anything.
I mean, they care about that, but I think they cared more about me being safe and then just knowing my whereabouts and what I'm up to.
Could you have homies over?
Yes.
Then why didn't you make your house the kicky spot?
Because I hated being at home. I didn't want to be at home. And I did for the most part. And then my friends didn't want to always come over because my shit was just so on fucking house arrest.
They're like, hey, everyone come over. We're going to kick you in the garage.
But I didn't have a garage. I mean, I did, but I didn't.
Oh.
I just had my own little room and I couldn't really be there. And like after a while, you get bored. Like, what are you going to do every single day?
Can you walk to Winchell's or no?
No, nothing.
You can't even walk to Winchell's?
Nothing. That's why nobody wanted to be at my house.
Winchell's is literally down the street.
It is. And we couldn't.
Damn.
And it's like you can like hang out outside and talk to your neighbors because I didn't know any of my neighbors. That's why we always wanted to go to all of our other friends' house because like and I lived in the back. You know how like we live in the back of the property? Mm-hmm. So you don't even see anybody. It's not like you can be caught up on the block cheeseman, you know?
There's a garage down there.
But you're facing an alley and then what you're facing is a business. It's an empty business. There's nobody there.
Yeah, kick it in the garage.
It's boring, dude. There's nothing there.
All I ever did was kick in garages and all the homies I ever knew.
Yeah, but what did you do?
Lift the weights and smoke cigarettes.
I know. I didn't have a garage. All we did was just have boxes and cars that were blocking it. Yeah, no, that just wasn't it.
I see.
Yeah, my space was fucking boring. Okay, so that's what, 10 to 20? Okay, 20 to 25. Oh my God, I think I would have dated a lot more.
Really?
Yeah. I think I should have just dated and just go out and just date.
By date, you mean fuck? Sounds like fucking.
Not fuck, but just date. Just like go out more.
I wish I fucked more. Dated less.
You fucked too much?
I fucked too little, I think.
I mean, you dated too much and fucked too little?
I think.
Do you really feel like you needed to fuck more?
Well, I don't know. I think you don't know. I think what you should do is overdose so you know where to dial back. Or else you never know.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if I need to go, oh fuck, I think I'm fucking way too much. Then I'll go, oh yeah, I did fuck too much.
Yeah.
Or else the limit is imaginary.
Yeah.
Right? Even as a fitness coach, like the reason why you actually have your client max out every once in a while, and usually they surprise themselves because they always think their ceiling is here.
Yeah. And then
but
you gotta push
it's
them
not.
more.
And then so when they're like, oh, you're going to make me do this? As a coach, I've seen your numbers. I've done the calculations. I know what you could do.
Yeah.
So you always make them max out every once in a while. Like, oh shit, that was actually the barrier. Okay, now I know what it is.
Yeah.
So they might have been lifting 80 pounds thinking it's 100 and thinking they're scared to do 85 when they actually do like 110. And they're like, oh fuck, 85 was light. So I think for me, because I know that, I'm like, I think I should have fucked around way more and then and maybe dated less. Like I don't have those like, oh man, those drunk college stories or like, you know.
Yeah, me neither. I don't want those either.
Or that one summer I fucking went crazy. I don't have any of those. I was super conscious of what I was doing all the time.
Same. Very, very same. I would have wanted to have dated more because I was in like a lot of long-term relationships. Like if I got in a relationship, it was because it was like, I wanted it for a long time. So I'm like, why did I do that? I should have just dated and not been in like long-term relationships.
I don't want to date though. That's the thing. The reason why I don't want to date is, and the reason why, like, you know, amongst like Joe and the homies, the part that's funny about me is I can cut a date off like that.
Yeah.
Right.
If she doesn't open the door for you, you're like, selfish bitch. Or like, you're out of here.
Or like the funny story was me and a chick were studying, and then she was like, and I was like, I think I set her up. I was like, hey, you want to go to the beach? She's like, yeah. And then so we went to the beach and we had a really good time. And then by the time we got home, I knew that I was going to cut it off because I was like, I can't believe she got so distracted. We're supposed to study. So
you're a fucking loser.
Well, for me, the reason why I don't want to date is my personality is I want to make everything work. So the reason why I don't want to date is I don't want to force a marriage.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like I can marry,
Yeah,
I can
but
marry
not
anyone. I
really.
can marry anyone.
No, but you can't because you already knew that like you had like these standards.
I know. And then that's why like I'm gonna make it work like crazy. And then as I make it work, they're gonna fall madly in love with me, and then it's gonna hurt even more. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, because I'll make it work.
Did you ever feel like any chick you could make her yours?
I think if spent enough time with me, yeah.
What does enough time mean? Like 5 years?
No, like if we hung out enough, I think they'll find that I'm pretty cool.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have like a pickup line type game. You know, when there's like that pickup line type game.
Yeah, no girl likes that shit.
Oh
or no
yeah.
quality girl likes that
dude,
shit.
I'll get her number in 10 minutes. I don't have that. But I think I was pretty cool and I'm pretty well rounded and I think I can relate to people pretty well. So I think like I always felt like if people got to know me, it's easy to become friends.
I see.
And it's easy to like have people's walls down. And when people's walls are down is when you can actually like pursue a serious romantic direction.
Yeah.
Not a club romantic direction where you're like, you're so crazy. Like you're flirting with their walls up. You know, it's not real like flirting and getting to know each other. It's like a club flirt.
Yeah.
It's not deep.
Yeah.
But I think like once people's walls are down, then I think you can I feel like I can be a candidate for many people.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like in that space I should have dated more or like tried to pursue more.
What would be the end game though? That's the part that I'm scared of. Because if I dated more, like I would just end up having a ton of long-term relationships that never get to marriage.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the long terms. I just want to date and just hang out.
What would be your cutoff? Like what would be your reason to cut it off?
When the guy like fucking knocks me off my feet. So what would happen
So
was...
she knocks you off your feet, you break up with them?
Oh, the cutoff. Oh, so if I'm dating someone and then like ending it.
Because I want to make everything work.
So if they don't knock me off my feet within that first or like, okay, I'll give a max 3 dates, max. If on the 3rd date, nothing happens and I'm like, yeah, see ya.
I did that a lot.
I didn't do that at all.
Oh.
So what happened was with me, it was like, we talked for a long time for me to even see if I wanted to even go on a date. Because I would look at everything.
I did that a lot, the 3 dates thing. And I just felt like such a waste of time.
Really? Oh, maybe there's nothing I could have changed then.
It's like a hat full of names that led nowhere really.
Ew.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that already just sounds like an inconvenience.
Yeah. You're like, I actually was trying to get to know you. And then it's like, imagine like you have a neighbor that moves every week. Like, you know, you have a neighbor that moves in, you bring over the pie. Hey, we're going to get to each other, know each other for a long time. Hey, how's it going? Oh, you got kids. I got kids. So awesome. Hey, we should go check out the Raiders game. And then you do all that, right? And then a week later they move out. You're like, okay, I guess I'll start off with a new neighbor. Hey, what's up? Oh, you have a 4-year-old too. That's so cool. You try to relate. And then you're like, okay, we should go to fucking Bellagio buffet next weekend. Yeah, we should. And then a week later they move out. You're like, okay. Like that. It just felt like I was, because when I'm dating, I don't play games. I'm not trying to play this fucking flirt game or like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to text them back in 3 days.
Yeah, same.
I'm really just trying to get to know people and people get to know me.
Yeah.
And because of that, if I'm actually investing in this relationship or whatever, I don't like the dating part of it.
Same. Okay, then there's no way I could have done it either. I think I'm just destined to be the fucking way I turned out to be.
But you don't want to get your back blown out more?
That's the thing. I can't enjoy sex unless I develop a relationship.
What if it about not sex, just your back blown out?
Well, I'm not going to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to think like, oh, they're probably dumb or they smell or like, I don't know their life. I don't know what they eat. You know what I mean? Like, what if they like see a spider and they go, ah? I'm going to be like, oh my God, I fucked the guy that goes, ah,
But he
for
has a
a
9-inch
spider.
dong though.
I don't give a fuck about dong size. Clearly, I married you.
Yes.
Hey.
Is that a gorilla?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck about that. Like, I think I was craving connection. Maybe that's what it's always been. I've always craved a connection of any kind. So I'm always like very selective of who like is like connection worthy. And then because it's so rare to see or find that I'm like, I finally connected with somebody. You're going to be mine forever.
I see.
You know, until some shit happens.
I see.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
Oh, like, I don't know. You have a face. It's not a neutral face. There's a face.
Oh,
What are
really?
you thinking? Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to take it all in.
fuck, maybe I wouldn't have been. Maybe I was just destined to be this way.
What?
Because yeah, I should have fucked more. But like just even thinking about fucking more, I'm like, yes, I should have done it, right? And like trying to remove all like the standards and shit that I have.
Because how do you know you don't like dirty guys? You know what I mean? I think you
Because
gotta.
they gross me out.
But you don't know.
I've been around.
You don't know though.
As a female and a semi-attractive female, you get a lot of dick thrown your way.
I know.
A lot of dick.
But,
a lot of it. Like, oh my God.
But going back to what we're saying at the beginning of this podcast, everything is an imaginary obstacle until you actually do it. Right? So until you're actually bankrupt and come back again and bankrupt and come back again. You don't know if you don't like being bankrupt. You really don't know.
No, I can't do it.
You know what I mean?
No, I do know.
Until you bone some nasty dudes.
No, it's like you look at dog shit and you don't go, I wonder what that tastes like. Let me fucking test the barriers here. Let me taste it. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to like it.
Okay, so you have this person, right? That thinks they don't like dog shit, right? Versus someone.
Where is this going?
Okay, versus someone that tried dog shit, really doesn't like dog shit. Who do you think is going to do a better job of explaining why dog shit sucks? This guy.
No, both people.
No, this guy. Because he's fucking been around the block and he tried the fucking canine feces. He knows what's up.
Good. Then I'm the type of person to listen to that guy intently and be like fucking hanging on every word and going, okay, cool. I'm not doing that.
Well, guess what? Your quilt's going to be fucking a blank white duvet.
And I think I'm okay with that. Because initially I was like, man, I should have fucked more, right?
Yeah.
So that I can try more of these things. And even as like far back as last year, I felt that. I felt like I should have fucked more. Yeah. And now this year, maybe because I'm so tired or just, I don't know, I have so much shit on my plate.
You did just turn another age.
I am. I'm 38 now. I know.
That's pretty crazy.
It is. I'm so happy to be alive. But I'm just like, oh God, I don't want to go through all that shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm in a phase right now, but nah. Maybe just date more. But now
what other things have you been like, I shouldn't do that?
I shouldn't do that? What do you mean?
I'm so opposite from you.
Like you should have fucked more and I'm like, nah, I shouldn't have.
No, just anytime I have that feeling of like hypotheticalness, I got to do it. Like as scared of heights as I am, right? I'm like, okay, if I'm on the second floor and I'm already shitting bricks, what makes me want to go on that roller coaster over there?
Well,
right?
For me.
And then I'll go, what did you just say, motherfucker? So I went on every single roller coaster at Knott's Berry Farm, like when I was like fucking, I had to force myself. I'm like, why are you coming up with this fucking bullshit? Like you think you know yourself or something. So I would go and do it and I'm like, oh shit, that was not fun. You know?
That's fucking funny. On that note, let me pause it real quick. I'm going to introduce our sponsors, okay?
Thank you to our sponsor, HelloFresh. What is HelloFresh? It is fresh, pre-measured ingredients with mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. And that's what I love about it, because you can always switch up what you're going to eat. And my favorite thing about it is actually learning what I want to cook. So sometimes I'll like look at something, I'm like, oh, I really want to know how to make macadamia encrusted salmon. And I'm like, ugh, that seems kind of intimidating. I've never fried things like that before. Or I've never put batter on like that before. But on HelloFresh, you can do these things. You can click on it and it'll give you step by step. And also the most important part, it helps you save ingredients, because when you're making things for the first time, a lot of times you'll overbuy. You're buying way too much batter, way too much this, way too many carrots when you only need one stick, and everything is pre-measured. So it's perfectly for the dish that you're going to make.
Yeah, there's no waste.
Yeah, there's no food waste, which is freaking awesome. And they also have a family-friendly menu, which is a big win for the back-to-school season, with easy, delicious recipes for drama-free dinners, because it's made exactly for 2, 3, 4, 5, however many people that you have in your family, and you can pick, which is super freaking awesome. And
I will never stop saying this, but I attribute my newfound love for cooking to HelloFresh, honestly, because it's like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing in the kitchen. I was overbuying ingredients, and now I'm so comfortable making these recipes, honestly.
Yeah, and if you're looking ways to save money at the grocery store, HelloFresh is 30% cheaper than shopping at grocery stores, because all of their ingredients are pre-portioned. So it ensures that you won't spend extra money on excess food that's probably going to end up going in the trash. And I'm sure all of us have thrown things out of the refrigerator because it went bad. So go to HelloFresh.com/Bell. 14. That's BEAW14. Use the code BELL14 for up to 14 free meals. That's 14 free meals, y'all, including free shipping. Go to HelloFresh.com/BELL14 and use code BELL14 for up to 14 free meals.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. All right, guys, listen up. Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? Is it like, do you catch yourself staying awake at night or constantly daydreaming or just not being engaged when friends or family are talking to you? Then this right here is for you. Okay. Listen up, because BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. Okay. It's not self-help either. It is professional therapy done securely online. I love that we can do everything online. We can do it on demand. We can do it on our own time, our own schedule. I love that BetterHelp is offering that. There is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide, okay? And you can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. You're going to get a timely and thoughtful response. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, okay? So you never have to feel alone. You never have to deal with anything that's going on in your head on your own. You're always going to have someone there having your back. So please do yourself a favor. Take your mental health into your own hands. Help is here. So visit betterhelp.com/Bell. That's BetterHelp and join the over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. Right now, for everyone listening, you guys are going to get 10% off of your first month at betterhelp.com/Bell. Again, it's going to be 10% off your first month. So seriously, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So go to betterhelp.com/Bell. And we're back. Okay, so for me, you were asking me like what prevents me from not chasing the hypotheticals, right? Because we're like complete opposite. But for me, if it doesn't align with my life goals at that moment, it's a waste of my time. Because I'll do that a lot, right? So the most recent answer would be, or the example would be me, I hate running.
Getting to know yourself isn't part of your life goals.
It is, but getting to know myself in what areas?
Everything. Just
no. I'm
yourself.
asking myself, not you. Like I'd say, okay, so for me going, I really want to start making deep connections. Well, what does one need to do to make deep connections? Well, one needs to go out in public and actually strike up conversations.
Well, first of all, you need to get to know yourself so you know if you're connecting the right shit.
Exactly. Right. So, and I've been doing that.
Because look at this. Tell me how deep of a connection this is.
What kind of fucking...
All right.
Look at this.
Check this out.
Checking.
Scenario 1. I'm Gio. I don't think I need to try dog shit. I could just tell by the smell it's yucky, right? Go out there, try to make connection. Hey, do you like dog shit? And they're like, I don't like dog shit either. How do you know? I could just tell from the smell. Is that connection very deep to you? Let's see. Scenario 2. Gio. Take this dog shit. Ugh, I don't think I should try this. This thing's fucking disgusting. Actually eat it. Oh my God, I have fecal matter in my nose. This thing tastes like fucking shit. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God, I threw up into the dog shit and I swallowed it back. Oh my God, it's fucking disgusting. I'll never fucking do this ever again. Now, every time I see the sight of poop, it makes me want to throw up. Oh God. Oh, I can't believe I just went through that shit. That shit was fucking crazy. Now you go out and meet someone. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Have you tried dog shit? Yup, and I fucking hated it. You've tried dog shit too? What the fuck? That connection is fucking way deeper. And that's why I think above all, you have to get to know yourself or else you're making false connections with the false person you think you are. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
That's why military people,
they connect so quickly.
They connect fucking hard because they've all been through boot camp. Versus someone could be a fucking athlete, a stud ass motherfucker, but if they're into airsoft and you meet them, you're like, you're a badass, but you're still not this because you're play G.I. Joe. You know, like us guys, you could like this fucking piece of shit right here who can't even do a pull-up anymore. He's actually been through the ringer. So I'm gonna side with this motherfucker. You're just cosplaying airsoft boy. You know, it's like Because we've been revealed our true selves to ourselves, and we know what it's been like. And so I think like the deeper you know yourself, the deeper connections you can make.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with that 100%. And I think I was giving you that exact same example of how I'm saying I don't like something. And I'm going to push myself to do it to figure out why it is that I don't like something. I mean, you brought in the dog shit example. And yes, if I'm being emotional and I'm just being kind of funny, then of course I'm going to be like, oh no. But if I'm looking at what the lesson is behind it, yes, of course, we're saying the exact same thing. So we agree.
Because the reason why we connected is
because you fucking now look at me. I'm fucking awesome.
You're awesome.
And you couldn't resist. And I'm like, bro, come on, stop.
I'm like, damn, your breath smells like dog shit. She must have tried dog shit like I did. And then I got lied to. You didn't eat dog shit the way I did.
Neither did you. You just have fucking halitosis.
I know, but that's the reason why we actually connected though. Because both of our body counts were fucking ridiculous. Yours is under 5, mine's under 5.
Yeah.
And then so we were both like, oh shit, versus like all of our friends are like 10 and above. So I think we have a true connection there. But in other aspects of life, there might not be a true connection if you've never overdosed and then come back. We connected on being underdosers.
I guess. I felt like we connected on so many other things.
For sure. There's a bunch of other stuff. But I'm just saying that like I think to really get to know yourself, I do think you should, whatever it is, you should always overdose and then go, okay.
So you're saying I should start fucking a lot more people now?
Whatever makes you happy.
I don't want any of that. I don't know. I don't feel like I need it. I think I've done a lot of shit. I feel like I've done a lot of shit that satisfies whatever desires I had.
I see.
That's like when you're asking me right now.
What year you would have repeated?
Yeah, I feel like I did pretty extreme things. You know what I mean? Like
but you just told me your fucking life was fucking whack. You can do jack shit.
Yeah. So in comparison to where like the rest of like where I should have gone, playing it safe, sheltered within this bubble, not pushing my own boundaries. Like I think I did extreme things, right? To grow up with your family saying like, you got to obey, and then completely turning your back on that. For people that didn't have that and had, I guess, more extreme conditions, yes, that's like nothing. They're just like, ha, But for me, it's like a big deal. Like that was a big ass hurdle that I had to overcome. And yes, it's fucking snowflakey. But in my life, in my world, it was a big thing.
It was a big deal, yeah.
But if I talk to your dad who's fucking fled a country, a communist country, and is seeing people pass away in front of his eyes, of course, this is fucking child's play. It's like, don't even mention it. But I didn't live his life,
Yeah.
Like whatever I went through, maybe he wouldn't survive, and whatever he went through, I wouldn't survive. But it's still a big deal to me.
Yeah.
So I ate my version of dog shits. Yeah.
That's how your breath smells.
I think I'm hungry too. But yeah, I felt like I did extreme things.
So you wouldn't want to repeat any year, not even the sophomore year you're talking about, because you're entertaining repeating your sophomore year.
I mean, I guess that one was pretty fun because I think that was the first time I was like, okay, I'm in a safe space where I can fuck up enough to have a good time and then kind of just fix things if I need to. I'm not old, but I'm not young, so I don't have that many responsibilities, but I can do a lot more things. And I'm like aware of a lot more life things. Like that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, maybe like my early 20s, I didn't care about drinking. I wish I would have stayed out late more. I had a really fun time like in the first house I moved into with a bunch of girls. Like we did so many cool activities. Experienced so many cool
like
things.
What? Like
them.
Wholesome stuff or fucking?
Well, shit that I like. I don't know. It might be boring to the person that likes to fucking black out every night.
Did you go topless in the moonroof and go down?
But that's not shit I like.
Oh, okay.
Like I never had this urge to be topless anywhere or flash random guys.
What was the shit you liked then?
I just wanted to experience things. So like an experience that I wanted was like, what's Halloween like? How do adults do Halloween? Like that's how fucking sheltered I was.
Buy lingerie and you fucking show your titties in the moonroof.
Yeah. So we went to what our extreme version of that was. We went to a rave. We did. I think you were in there. Went down Hollywood. Like everyone goes to Hollywood because that's like the craziest shit that happens. I think now it's just raves in that, at least in California. I don't know what it's like in Vegas. I'm gonna check it out this year, but I got to experience that and I thought that was fucking cool. Like raving, like I want to do that. So going back, maybe my 20s, because I was making a little bit more money. So I was able to do, like, I had a car.
A little bit more independence.
Yeah. So maybe my 20s.
You would repeat your year? And would you fuck more or no?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I ever, like, I was a horny kid, but not like with people I didn't click with. And it was hard for me to click with people. So I had so many opportunities to do it, but it was just never like, if I didn't really like the person, then I never wanted to do that. Like, it wasn't on my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think in my 20s, I think I would have done more things for myself rather than being scared of the reaction of my homies.
Oh.
Yeah. I think, like, you know, now, like, the older you get, the less fucks you give.
Yeah.
And you feel so liberated. You know, like, you just do things because it makes you happy and makes our family happy or whatever. And there's, like, less eggshells to walk around. But I think in your 20s, you still give a lot of fucks. And some things I would do, like, let's say, even let's say getting a car or something, you know, and you're like, all your homies like a certain color car. And then, but you're like, I kind of like this car, but I know they're gonna clown on me. So I'll get that color car. You know, just like little things that I feel like in my 20s, I would have just done things for who I am. And if they clown on me, who cares? Like, why am I so fragile? Like, why am I like, why do their comments or them clowning on me like weigh on me so much? Yeah. And then that way I can get to know myself and have true connections. Yeah. And if there is the homie that's like, oh man, you got that one. That's the one I would have got too. I'm like, oh shit, that was an extra tighter bond there. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Versus just kind of like, you know,
eggshelling it.
And man, I think that's why I actually liked going the raver route. Because in the thug route, because there's so much like testosterone and like this demonstration of like machismo and stuff, there's like I'll be like, yo, listen to this Green Day song. I'm like, Green Day? That's whack. You know, like they're like, what are you, fucking pussy? Yeah. And then you're like, okay, shit. I mean, I like musicians and instruments and stuff like that too. Like, it doesn't always have to all be hip hop, you know? Yeah. And then with the whole like,
it's all branding with the cholos, dude.
Yeah, but with like the raver stuff, it's everyone is just operating on extreme empathy and just even
they're high as fuck.
Yeah, and even like all the people that I've met were from different cities, different ethnic backgrounds, cultures, all different, you know, but you're just able to, it feels like you're able to be yourself way more. But those are only windows when I was like in my 16, you know, it's like literally extreme empathy, extreme connection from 10 p.m. at night until 5 a.m. in the morning. And then boom, right back to all the insecurities and all the walls that have been pushed against you as a 16-year-old. Damn. Like, okay, I'm a dude, grew up in an SUV, so I gotta be like this. You know, I gotta be like this. Oh, should I get those shoes? Oh, no, those shoes are kind of nice, even though I really saved a long time for them. But as soon as I get them, I know the other homies are like, oh, must be nice. So I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, damn. So I'm gonna just get this. You know, there's like, you're always like playing like, yeah. Like you could almost foresee what the reactions are. So you're playing to those reactions instead of playing to yourself. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. That's a cool perspective. Super cool. That's probably what I've done in my 20s. Give less fucks. Give less fucks and do what matters more to you rather than living your life based off what your circle thinks. Yeah, that's cool. I feel like that generation now or the current generation is experiencing that at a younger age, I should say. Because there's the internet now. Like, there's just so many different influences that seep in, whereas like we just had our own immediate bubble. Unless you like someone like you had a bigger network. But it's still, it's not going to another country where they think completely differently. You know, like it's still very similar school of thought. Whereas like now the world seems so small. You get to hear so many different perspectives in school of thought, which is really, really cool. On that note, I do want to say thank you so much for always tuning in and listening to our little conversations. Most of the time, honestly, I forget that I'm recording. I forget that there's a microphone here. I'm just like so engaged in the conversation. So thank you for being a cool conversation partner. I told you I'm the best. You son of a bitch. Anything else you want to add? Yeah. Of course not. Okay. Thank you so much
you guys listening. And thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you to BetterHelp. Make sure to visit betterhelp.com/bear. That's better, HELP, and join over the 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. That's betterhelp.com/bear, BEAW.
And don't forget to check out barbellbrigade.com for your ultimate resource and strength and fitness. If you don't know where to start and you want to get fit, go to the website, barbellbrigade.com. We have a program called 30-Day Jumpstart, and we have 30 videos of how to lift, full training days, recipes, yummy ways to make healthy lunches and dinners, as well as a full line of supplements and sick-ass gear to keep you laced. Go to barbellbrigade.com. And also, check out junebishop.com for ceremonial grade matcha that's extremely refreshing, packed with antioxidants to start your day right. And use the code BEAW, BEAW, to get 10% off your order. Go to junebishop.com.